In a world that never slows down, where the noise of criticism and self-doubt often drowns out our inner peace, it's crucial to remember a powerful truth. How you see yourself shapes your reality. This isn't just about positive thinking. It's rooted in a fundamental principle of Stoicism that teaches us resilience through self-mastery. Every day, we're bombarded with expectations and comparisons that can distort our sense of self-worth. But what if I told you that within you lies the power to reset this perception and reframe your life's narrative into one of strength and acceptance? Today, we'll explore how to harness this power by delving into the Stoic practice of introspection and questioning our responses to external pressures. This approach isn't about ignoring negativity, but transforming it into a tool for personal growth. By the end of this discussion, you'll not only see yourself in a new light, but also understand how to apply these ancient principles to modern challenges, creating a life with more acceptance and less inner conflict. Join me as we embark on this journey of self-discovery, where we'll peel back the layers of our self-perception and rebuild them with wisdom passed down through the ages. Together, we'll learn to appreciate not just our strengths, but the value in our vulnerabilities. This isn't just a call to action, it's an invitation to transformation, starting within the walls of your own thoughts. If you find value in the insights we're exploring today, I kindly ask that you subscribe to the channel. Trust me, you won't want to miss any part of this video, as each moment is crafted to bring you closer to truly understanding and transforming how you see yourself. Let's dive in. Understanding why we sometimes struggle with self-love often requires a deep dive into our past, revealing that the root causes are often external. Think about it: a thoughtless comment from someone we admired, an embarrassing moment in front of others, or a series of negative interactions over time can leave lasting marks on our self-perception. It's important to recognize that while these moments shape us, they don't have to define us permanently. Stoicism offers us a valuable lesson here. While we can't control external events, we have the power to control our reactions to them. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of critically examining our life experiences without bias. This means revisiting those specific instances that have contributed to a negative self-image and understanding them from a fresh perspective. What were the circumstances? What might the other person have been experiencing at the time? By distancing ourselves from immediate emotional reactions and viewing situations more objectively, we can start to see that these events don't inherently define our worth. This reflective process isn't about assigning blame or dwelling in the past. Instead, it's about gaining clarity. When we take the time to reflect on the experiences that have shaped our self-esteem, we often realize that our negative self-perceptions aren't true reflections of who we are, but rather reactions to specific events. This understanding is crucial as it lays the foundation for transforming these perceptions. By practicing this Stoic method of reflection, we empower ourselves to start rewriting the narrative of our self-image. This doesn't mean denying that painful things happened or that they hurt us. Rather, it's about acknowledging these events and choosing not to let them dictate our self-worth moving forward. We learn to separate our value from our experiences, recognizing that our worth isn't diminished by the actions or words of others. Engaging in this reflective process is the first crucial step toward healing and reclaiming our self-esteem. Each insight gained through this practice helps weaken the hold of past hurts and strengthens our resilience, equipping us with the tools to face future challenges with a more grounded sense of self. This is the beginning of a journey toward not just accepting, but truly loving ourselves, guided by the wisdom of Stoic philosophy. Engaging in a dialogue with your younger self can be a transformative exercise that bridges therapeutic practices and Stoic wisdom. Imagine for a moment that you could travel back in time. Picture yourself sitting across from the child you once were, observing their hopes, fears, and the simplicity of their world. What would you say to this younger version of yourself? This exercise isn't just about imparting wisdom. It's about offering the compassion and understanding that perhaps was needed but not received at that time. You might start by acknowledging their feelings of being misunderstood or overlooked. It's powerful to tell them, "It's okay to feel this way. It's okay to be you with all your emotions and thoughts. You are worthy of attention and love, not for your achievements or what you can do, but simply for being you. This simple affirmation can be deeply soothing to your inner child, who may have internalized negative experiences as personal faults. This conversation aligns with a core practice of Stoic thought, focusing on self-acceptance and resilience. Stoicism encourages us to embrace our experiences, including our responses to past events, with detachment and understanding. It teaches us to view every experience as part of our philosophical journey, helping us grow into wiser, more compassionate beings. As you engage in this mental dialogue, truly listen to your younger self. What are their dreams, fears, and desires? How have these early experiences shaped the person you are today? By understanding these elements, you can start to heal old wounds. You'll likely find that many of the insecurities that trouble you as an adult began as simple misunderstandings from childhood. Reassuring your younger self that they have inherent worth, independent of external validation, is an exercise in building Stoic resilience. It fortifies the understanding that our worth isn't contingent on others' opinions or fate's whims. Instead, our value is a constant, deeply rooted in our existence as rational, thoughtful beings. This exercise isn't just about healing, it's about strengthening. By affirming your value to your past self, you reinforce your resilience in the present. You acknowledge that while the past may have shaped you, it doesn't have to define you. Each moment of understanding and acceptance lays a brick on the path to a more secure, self-compassionate future, paving the way for a life led with Stoic wisdom and emotional freedom. We all have aspects of ourselves that we've been conditioned to view negatively. Maybe it's something as simple as your height, the sound of your voice, or the way you laugh. Whatever it is, it's time to confront these feelings head-on. Stoicism offers a powerful perspective here, teaching us that while we can't control external circumstances, we can control our perceptions. This means we can reshape how we see our perceived flaws. Imagine the freedom of redefining what you've always considered a weakness. For example, if you've always been self-conscious about your height, consider this. Your height is a natural part of what makes you uniquely you. It doesn't have to be a source of shame, but can be seen as a distinctive trait that adds to your individuality. You might start telling yourself, "My height is part of what makes me who I am, and I accept it fully." This kind of affirmation is a powerful step in rewriting the internal narratives that dictate how we feel about ourselves. Stoicism teaches us to detach our self-worth from things beyond our control and focus instead on our virtues and actions. By doing so, we can turn perceived vulnerabilities into strengths. Instead of seeing a trait as a flaw, we can view it as a feature that contributes to our unique character, one that we can own and even take pride in. This transformation isn't about denying that certain traits can make life challenging, but about changing the energy we invest in these traits from negative to positive. When we stop seeing our differences as liabilities and start embracing them as intrinsic parts of our narrative, we build a stronger, more resilient self-image. This process creates a fortress of self-esteem, where external opinions and criticisms have a much harder time penetrating because our foundation is built on acceptance and understanding. As you practice this step, remember that it's okay to feel uncomfortable at first. Changing deep-seated beliefs about ourselves isn't easy and doesn't happen overnight. However, each small step in accepting and valuing our uniqueness is a brick in the fortress we're building around our self-esteem. Over time, you'll find that these traits no longer trigger insecurity, but instead evoke a sense of personal authenticity and pride. This is the power of Stoic resilience, turning what the world calls weaknesses into pillars of strength. At this stage of our journey, it's essential to focus on the art of self-compassion, which is about being there for yourself in the kindest way possible. Think about it. How often do we truly check in with ourselves? How often do we ask ourselves, without judgment, how am I really doing? Just as you would inquire about a dear friend's well-being with genuine concern and empathy, it's vital to extend that same level of care and attention to yourself. Self-compassion isn't just about being kind. It's about being forgiving and supportive of your own journey, recognizing that the path to self-improvement and happiness is often non-linear and filled with challenges. Stoicism, with its emphasis on mindfulness and presence, teaches us to focus on what we can control. One of the most empowering aspects we can control is our thoughts about ourselves. The Stoics advocate for a perspective that encourages us to observe our thoughts and emotions without being overwhelmed by them. This mindfulness allows us to respond to our internal experiences with compassion rather than criticism. In practicing self-compassion, start by acknowledging that it's okay to have setbacks. It's okay to feel uncertain or to not always meet the standards we set for ourselves. By forgiving ourselves for being human, we make room for growth and learning. Just as importantly, being supportive of your own journey means celebrating your efforts and successes, no matter how small they may seem. Every step forward, every act of kindness towards yourself, reinforces the belief that you are worthy of care and respect. This commitment to self-compassion is transformative. It changes how we interact with ourselves on a fundamental level, fostering a healthier self-image and a more resilient spirit. As we become more present and mindful, as the Stoics suggest,